D-Lo 404 Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to Marlo's Corner, Trey X. Go over there on Fight Night. Check out Trey X, Cauliflower, got a will. Go over there and subscribe to Marlo's Corner. Get active in the chat section. And let your voice be heard. Go over there and hit that like button as well. They should be going live over there sometime later in the day on Saturday for the Kovalev-Canelo fight. And some of the undercard fights potentially as well. Okay, so to get into the topic of my video, I want to talk about Tank Davis and his upcoming fight with Yuriorkis Gamboa. I think the date is December 28th in Atlanta. Of course, there's talk about Tank Davis, talking about wanting to fight Josh Taylor, and he stopped Josh Taylor. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about Gamboa in that fight. Okay, we all know that Tank Davis up to this point has fought good opposition, not necessarily the top tier guys, but some of the best guys, some of the better guys around his weight class, but not the top tier guys. And that's, that being said, you understand that when a guy's young and coming up, you just don't throw him to the wolves right away. But he's become a champion. And once a guy becomes a champion, I'm a firm believer that you don't protect the champion. You put champions in with top tier guys. You put champions in with other champions. You find out what their metal is, what they're made of. Yes, you have to let them continue to grow, but that's what going through tough fights does for you. It helps you grow. Even in a loss, a fighter can grow and get better. So I'm saying all that to say this. Yuriorkis Gamboa, although he's, I think, 37 years old now, he suffered a TKO loss or KO loss, whichever, to Terrence Crawford. And I think the other loss was to Robinson Castellano by stoppage as well, where basically Yuriorkis Gamboa looked like he quit out of frustration because the fight wasn't going his way. And I think he was dropped a couple times in that fight, but I think he basically quit in the corner. Not necessarily taking a brutal beat, but I think it was just a fight where Gamboa wasn't having it his way. Didn't think the fight was going to work out the way he wanted it, and maybe felt like he was going to get knocked out. But whatever it was, he quit he basically quit in the corner, quit on the stool, so to speak, or the corner stopped, however it was. Okay, unless my memory's failing me, I think that's what happened. Okay, so that being said, Gamboa, even at this advanced stage and even having been through all the fights he has, I think Gamboa's had close to 40 fights. Gamboa is still going to be the best fighter that Tank Davis has ever seen in his career as an opponent. Gamboa can do things, even at 37 years old, that guys that Tank Davis has fought up to this point can't do. He's going to show Tank some things. If the fight goes long enough, he's going to show Tank some things that he's never seen before that, win or lose, will make Tank Davis a better fighter, as long as his head's on right. I'm not going to make a pick on the fight right now. We're too far out. All I want to say is I do look forward to this fight for those reasons I just mentioned. I do know that Tank Davis has the power to hurt Gamboa and could potentially end that fight early. But I also believe Gamboa has the power to hurt Tank Davis and could end the fight early. I've never seen Tank stop, so that would be a stretch just because we've never seen Tank in that type of situation. I don't think I've ever seen Tank down on the canvas. Never seen him visibly rocked in a fight either, if I'm not mistaken. But, all of that said, Gamboa is still a worthy opponent, especially with Tank moving up to a new weight class. He's moving up to 135 for this fight. Gamboa's been at 135 for a while. In fact, this fight with his first loss was at 135 versus Crawford, where, he actually hurt Crawford and was getting the better of Crawford early in that fight in exchanges and, looked like he was about to, just being honest, it looked like Gamboa was beating Crawford to the punch and on his way to styling on Crawford. And then Crawford switched from, I think it was switching from orthodox to southpaw. And Gamboa basically looked like he never trained or fought against a southpaw in his life. And like he didn't expect that to happen and didn't know what to do. Neither did his corner. Didn't know how to tell him to make adjustments. And from that point on, it was Terrence Crawford's fight. Terrence Crawford slowly pulled away from him round after round after round, and then he eventually stopped him. Now, in between there somewhere, Gamboa hurt him. I think Gamboa hurt him after he switched to southpaw. But that's just a testament of Gamboa's power, being a guy that moved up. I think Gamboa's career started at 126, I do believe. So his power carried up with him up to 135. So, who's to say that, he won't have enough power to rock Tank. But all of that said, I do look forward to this fight. I'm glad it's in Atlanta. It's about, for me, it'd probably be a little over a 2-hour drive to go to the fight if I'm in a position to go at that time. I'm trying to line things up to be able to go, but it kind of just depends, on some personal issues. So, I'm looking forward to the fight. If I'm not able to make it to the fight, I definitely will tune in. These guys are two of my favorite fighters in boxing. Tank, one of my favorite young up-and-coming fighters. Gamboa is one of my favorite older fighters that's, on the backside of his career. So I definitely look forward to this fight. I will say one more thing about myself and my feelings toward Gamboa. Just like Terrence Crawford was a guy that I always, I basically couldn't see how good he was until I had my mindset was he like to show me. And Terrence Crawford showed me. I picked against Terrence Crawford several times until I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm just being stubborn. I got to stop picking against this guy. And Gamboa, he was the same way for me. He was a guy that when he came into the sport, I didn't like his arrogance, his cockiness. He was a gold medal winner, and he seemed like he had a sense of entitlement and a sense of, I've already arrived when he came into the sport. And I didn't like the way he strutted around the ring with his hands down. He kind of taunted his opponents a little bit. And I was like, every time he fight, I was like, hope this guy gets beat. And he would get dropped because he had his balance issues and other things like that. But Gamboa would always come back strong and stop these guys that dropped him. Or he'd dominate them to a UD. And he was a guy that I resisted for years, tried not to like. I tried my best not to like him as a fighter. And then eventually he just won me over to the point that I got fully behind him, full support of the guy, and want to see him do well in the sport. And he's had all his career issues that held him back and so forth and other things, managerial issues and stuff. But it's hard for me not to like the guy as a fighter. I know his backstory about the selling his gold medal so that he could give his daughter a nice birthday party and all of that stuff back years ago. I think at the time he was living in South America. But, all of that stuff made me like the guy as a person. But that said, when it comes to this fight, I just want to see the fight because it's two guys that I really like. I think they're both highly skilled guys. And it's a good matchup, and it should mesh well. It should be a fan-friendly fight. So I'm just going to end on saying that. And as always, thanks for watching the video. Big fat shout out to the LDBC, Lions Den boxing community. Once again, shout out to the Block fam, Marlo's Corner, and Trey X. This is D-Lo 404 Boxing. I'm out. Peace.